Bilateral talks between DRC President Joseph Kabila and his South African counterpart, President Jacob Zuma. Let's go live to SABC Reporter Lehana Tsotetsi at the Sefako Makgatho Presidential Guest House out in Pretoria. Lehana, a very good morning to you. What can we expect when these two gentlemen sit down for these much-needed bilateral talks?
A very good morning to you, Alicia. What is actually going to happen is, in a few minutes from now, President Joseph Kabila will be arriving here at the Sefako Makgatho Guest House, Presidential Guest House, where he will be welcomed by President Jacob Zuma. And the two leaders, we are expecting that they will meet today to discuss or probably to endorse some of the agreements that the Binational Commission has been working on. A number of agreements have been made that have been reached and they have been signed, and they will only be today endorsed by the two heads of states. Among these, they include the cooperation in issues of political and strengthening of political ties between the two countries, energy, social issues, and as well as the fact that at the moment, the DRC is actually going through a political transition. As we know, there have been quite a number of incidences which have left the country having instability, and whereby President Kabila has to call the elections. I guess that's another issue that the two heads of states will discuss to see how best South Africa can help the DRC, because as we know, the two countries' relations dates back about 2 decades ago, and we're expecting that today, during the meeting, the two leaders will discuss the issues, and they are expected during the course of the day as well to give a communique on the outcomes of the Binational Commission. And we're expecting that during their meeting, they will also be discussing how best the two can work together to enhance the relations between the two countries. Alicia. All
right, the issues of civil unrest and security, as you've just pointed out, Lehana, I mean, how big are they, or how big of an agenda do they form when it comes to these discussions? Because we do know there's a lot of civil unrest. As you mentioned, there's a political transition that is currently taking place in the DRC.
Well, considering the working relations between the two countries, that's very important that South Africa can also be in a position to assist or to help the DRC to find itself and to create stability in the country. Because remember, this also has to do with trade relations between the two countries. And South Africa would like to hold its trade relations with a country that serves stability, because you'll be having businesses from South Africa operating in the DRC, and you'll be having businesses from the DRC operating in South Africa. So it's of utmost importance for DRC to have peace and stability, and also for the sake of the SADC region, in which it will also have to play a role. So it's quite important that the elections should take place, and as soon as they take place, there is stability, and the working relations between the two countries can be taken further. Alicia.
And a quick one, Lehana, are you aware at this stage if anything, any sort of treaty or agreements will be signed between the two leaders when they finally sit down this morning?
Well, the 10th Binational Commission has been sitting for quite a number of days, and the expectations are that yesterday they closed down their work, and most of the things are almost done, and the agreements have been reached. It's only today that the agreements will be presented to the two heads of states, who will then endorse the agreements, and they will issue out a communique as to what the way forward is. Alicia.
All right, thank you so much, Lehana. We'll definitely cross back live to you as soon as President Jacob Zuma and, of course, President Kabila all sit down for those talks taking place at, of course, the Sefako Makgatho Presidential Guest House out in Pretoria. Stay tuned to SABC News. We will have those proceedings for you here.